Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Tuesday, the 27th of February 2024. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, the S&P ASX 200 closed up a touch today to 7,663 points, with consumer staples and tech stocks doing well, while utilities and real estate investment trusts were the underperformers. The banks were higher. Woolies jumped 1% and Wisetech Global soared 7%. Investment analysts have been re-rating Wisetech since its results last week, and it's trading at an all-time high, up 64% from its low back on 1 November last year. Story number 2, Woodside Energy has posted a 37% drop in full-year pre-tax profit to $3.3 billion on the back of lower oil prices, though the result was better than expected. The bottom line, net profit that is, fell 74% after the oil and gas producer took write-downs on projects in the United States and Western Australia. Woodside Chief Executive Meg O'Neill said significant progress had been made on growth projects, and she highlighted higher dividends to shareholders. The write-offs were announced last month. They were at the Shenzhou oil and gas venture in the Gulf of Mexico and the company's stake in the Wheatstone LNG project in Western Australia. Woodside also announced a new climate target to commit to new energy, I quote that, new energy, projects capable of reducing CO2 emissions by 5 million tonnes a year by 2030. Its share price rose 1% today. Story number 3 wasn't just Woodside, plenty of other results today. Coles reported group sales from continuing operations rose 6.8% in the 6 months to the end of December, if you strip out its express convenience stores, which it sold last year. Supermarket revenue was up nearly 5% and liquor sales rose 2.5%. Price inflation has moderated slightly. That's good news. Net profit was down 8%, but the group's share price jumped 6% today, one of the best of the top 200. Pathology group Healius posted a $636 million loss after a heavy write-down in its pathology division, where goodwill has been slashed by $603 million. Its share price tumbled 8%. Payment platforms Zip and Tyro, 2 separate companies, both fell sharply as investors booked profits after the companies posted strong results. Both were up more than 10% in the week before those earnings came out. Building material company Reece Group and childcare giant G8 both did well and their share prices surged. In fact, Reece's share price was the best on the day, up nearly 20%. And property company Jones Lang Group's share price tumbled 13%. After it posted a disappointing result. Story number 4, it was former Prime Minister Scott Morrison's final day in Parliament today after nearly 17 years. He told the Coalition Party Room to be proud of their efforts to hold Labor to account ahead of his resignation as the member for the Sydney seat of Cook. Morrison said he'd been in contact with former Treasurer Josh Frydenberg, and the pair wished Peter Dutton and Susan Ley all the best ahead of the next federal election. He told them not to let bitterness get in the way of their work as MPs. He also told them to work their asses off to win the next election. He used his valedictory speech in Parliament to express his thanks and appreciation for those who supported his political career, including his constituents in the electorate of Cook for electing him to Parliament on 6 successive occasions. And story number 5, Bitcoin rose to its highest level in more than 2 years today, climbing above $57,000. Amid growing optimism that investor demand through exchange-traded funds will drive the price of the largest cryptocurrency back to record levels. Bitcoin's price has increased 33% since the beginning of the year, extending a prolonged rally that's also stoked speculative appetite for smaller tokens like Ether and BNB. Bitcoin last traded at this level in December 2021. It reached an all-time high of almost $69,000 a unit the month before that. Still a ways to go, but still it's doing pretty well at the moment, Bitcoin. That's it for the afternoon report for Tuesday, the 27th of February, 2024. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast and find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Instagram, X and Facebook. Join Michael Thompson and I tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed. The top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.